What's up, YouTube? This is back in Cali. This is, I guess you can consider this one of my one man's opinion videos. I'm going to be discussing the YouTube community and basically all the bullshit involved in this community and with Blog TV and YouTube. First off, I want to talk about my group breaks. I've pulled the 3 ideas that I had up. You can pretty much count. I'm not going to try anymore, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy about that. I'm not going to attempt to do any more group breaks, whether they're in hand or not. If I buy a box of cards, it's going to be for myself. I'm not going to do a group break. I do want to thank everybody who participated in my group breaks or tried to help me get them up and running and participated taking spots. But basically, I can't make a name for myself as a group breaker with a core of 8 to 10 guys. I was hoping to get more people involved, have a lot more people try to get into my breaks, and have more fun with it. I know they're not, because they're not in hand, that's an issue, and that goes back to the scammers like Melbourne and Boombox. They ruined it for a lot of people. But, you know, there's people like AR Platinum who does a group break, has no problem filling a group break that's not in hand, because he has so many subs, plus he has a great following. He's been doing it for a while now, and that's great. He's still able to do it the old-fashioned way. But then you got other people who they run a case break every other day, 1 or 2 cases, because either they're being fronted the cases and they pay for it later, or they can buy the cases on their own. It doesn't matter, but because they're inundating everything, Blog TV, with case breaks, it makes it hard for people like me, who are just trying to start out and get the ball rolling. And I know it's not the economy. I put up breaks that are $5, $10. I tried high end, I tried mid tier, I tried lower level, $5, $10. You can't tell me it's the economy, because I had people I can't afford to get in it. Yet that night they're spending $60, $70 in somebody else's group break for a chance that they're not going to get a damn thing in it. At least when I was doing my group breaks, I told everybody, look, you're not going to walk away empty-handed. If your team doesn't get anything, I'll find something to send you. And it wasn't like it was going to break the bank when you get into my group break. I was doing it more for fun, to keep the hobby going, to keep the community going. And like I said, I thank everybody who participated. Without them, I couldn't have been able to do it. But I'm just tired of trying. I'm just tired of trying to please everybody. I'm tired of having to put up with the bullshit. I know a lot of this might have to do... there's people who talk crap about me behind my back, and I know that, because I've gotten word of a couple of the things that were said about me. I don't care. Talk all the shit you want behind my back. I could give a shit. I have never scammed anybody. I've never cheated anybody. I've never lied to anybody. I do this because I enjoy the hobby. If you look back at all my group breaks, do the math. I never made a dime. In fact, some of the group breaks, I wound up spending $20 or $30 out of my own pocket for shipping and supplies and all this. I was doing it just to do group breaks and keep the community, keep the friends up and keep the hobby going. And that is part of the issue, is there's guys out there doing group breaks for profit, and that's more power to them. I mean, they get their free spot, and their free spot is paid for by everybody else in the break, which is fine. That's great, because group breaks, putting on a group break, is a hell of an ordeal. There's a lot of work involved, and a lot of people don't see that. When you're putting on a group break, there's a lot of work involved in getting the cards to you, opening everything up, then shipping everything out with all the addresses, keeping everything straight onto which cards go where. That's a lot of work. They deserve to be compensated for putting on a group break. Like I said, ate money on my first few group breaks because I was trying to gather in a fan base that would help me fill group breaks faster. And going back to people talking crap about me, I know they're talking crap about me, and it all has to do with All-Star Sports. They associate me with him. These guys that are doing group breaks for profit see him as a threat, because he's not in it for profit. He's in it to help. He's in it to keep the community going. He's in it to keep the hobby going. He loves this hobby. He's done it all his life. So why shouldn't he be giving back to younger people or other people who enjoy the hobby? He's not in it to make profit like some guys are. And they see him as a threat because now, well, he's undercutting my price. He's going to try to take all my business. And I know they're talking crap about him too ever since he started doing group breaks. So basically, guilt by association. You see me co-hosting in his room or you see him co-hosting in my blog room, and they automatically associate us. They associate me with him. He's the enemy, so I guess that makes me the enemy. Which, you know what? If that's the way that you want to think, so be it. Fine. I never intended to screw anybody. I never intended to cheat anybody. I helped All-Star. I met him about 4 months ago. He was just starting to get onto YouTube, and I pointed a couple names out, and I said, check these guys out, check their videos out, sub to them, get in their group breaks. They're great guys. Well, all those great guys are the ones now turning their backs on everybody. The whole thing about YouTube and blog is there's too many different cliques. It's like a neighborhood. There's so many different, or a high school, there's so many different groups of people, like the popular kids and the nerds and the cheerleaders and the athletes. That's what YouTube is. There's so many different cliques, so many different groups of people that, yeah, they venture off and they'll talk to this other group, but if something happens, they're going to stick by the side of their leader, their group. And that's bullshit. This is supposed to be a sports card community, not a popularity contest. And that's kind of what bugs me, is I know that's where people are talking shit about me, is because they associate me with All-Star, who is now the enemy because he's not working to make profit, so he's going to undercut us and take our business away from us, which is not true. Collectors are going to buy what they collect. They're going to get in whoever's group break they want to get into, whether the price is the same, less, or more. That's why I think it's not the economy. The economy has nothing to do with people not being able to get in group breaks. Some of us, yeah, are struggling and can't afford to get in group breaks, but they don't have any problem turning around and spending $100 in somebody else's break. They won't spend the 5 or 10 into in one of the lower guys' group breaks, but they don't have a problem spending $75 to $100 in somebody else's group break. So basically, like I said, my group breaks are done. I'm not going to attempt anymore. I'm not going to get in anymore. I'm not getting in any more group breaks. I'm not buying any more raffle spots. I'm not buying any more mystery bags. Because that's another thing, is all these people, all this money I've spent in the last 6 months in group breaks and raffles and all this other bullshit, a couple people have returned the favor. A couple people have even said thank you. There's people out there that don't care. They're counting my money. They're sending out the cards to somebody else because I got blanked in the group break. They don't give a shit. They don't take the time to, help somebody out or throw in a good word when they see another person struggling. They'll help out their clique and put up a bunch of videos for their little posse. But the people who are actually spending a lot of money on them, they could care less. The money is going into the pocket. It's for profit. They don't care who they please. So basically, that's what I got to say about the group breaks. My next subject is my 500 sub contest. I did this with the intention of getting more subs to try to be able to fill group breaks and build a bigger rapport with people.